So what's up, you guys? I want to start this video off by saying today's the day that I go get the rear end for this car. I'll be going and getting it in about an hour or so. I did get the same wheels and tires for this car off of the car that the rear end's coming off of, just because the tires are new. I don't really care for the wheels so much because I figure these tires are no good because they're dry rotted and bad. So I'm not going to drive on them because once I get the car running again, I am going to drive it a little bit with just the regular tires on it. Just because I miss the way the car drives, and just to sort it out, make sure everything's all right, because I don't want to put any more stress on this car than it already needs. Um, so with that being said, everything that's on it, as far as the brakes and everything like that, it's fine. It's not going to get upgraded or nothing like that. It should be I say this, but it should be a fairly simple swap, just because the calipers on this are new, the rotors are new, the brakes are new, the rear brake lines are new. I'm literally going and putting this stuff, I'm throwing this axle away. I'm going to leave these wheels and tires on it, and I'm literally just going to toss it and roll it out of the way, and then roll the new one underneath it. So hopefully it goes fairly well, but we'll see, I guess. I have it parked right here because it gives me a lot of room. I was going to try to park it like this way, like it's been parked before when I did the gas tank, but I don't think that's a good idea on my part, because I'll be chasing stuff down the driveway. Yes, I'll still be chasing stuff down the driveway, but I can deal with it. So anyway, if that makes sense, I don't really know how else to say it, but anyway. And then after the car is good, I have to figure out this misfire bullshit that it's still doing. I still haven't replaced all of the plugs on the driver's side, on the passenger side. Maybe that fixes it, maybe it won't. I don't think it will. So we'll have to go from there and figure out the spark plug situation, or if there's something that's causing it to misfire like it is. I wouldn't think that it has anything to do with the timing, but I don't know, because it's not hitting the valves are not hitting the piston, so I don't think that's what it is. But anyway, needless to say, I got the Yukon stuff finished. I do not have the headers on. I don't have the exhaust on, as you can probably tell. The headers are supposed to be here today. They were supposed to be here yesterday, but they were delayed because they didn't get to Georgia, I think, until 2 in the afternoon yesterday. So they're finally on a truck to be delivered to me. It said anywhere from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So I'll try to stay up as much as I can for that, but not making any promises. I have to go get the rear end for the car at 10, and you have to go by some other places before that are on the way. So we're using my mom's truck because I don't have a truck, and I'm not putting the rear end like that in the back of this vehicle, especially with it being as nice as it is. But I got the subs and all that installed. I got the amp installed. I got the radio installed. I got my new headlights installed, as you can see, and they do make a huge difference as far as the light output with these headlight bulbs that I have. Because before, with the old headlights, which are in the back in the box that the new ones came in, they didn't have a very good beam pattern, and it looked like it was scattered a little bit, so it's kind of hard to focus on what you was actually looking at. But they definitely help. And I also have my marker lights in. But this is the radio right here. You can see how nice it looks. It looks factory. Looks good. And there's the bass knob right there. Yes, I know it is upside down, for those that can tell, because I was going to mount it the other way, but the door would get in the way, and I didn't want that, and I wanted to be able to close it and open it when I needed to. And I can kind of still stick stuff in there, so that's why I did it that way. My steering wheel controls did work, but I have a feeling that they came unplugged and I didn't realize it, because I was trying to balance it on my leg and it fell, and it unplugged it, I guess, because they don't work. So I'll have to take all that back out and look at it. But this is the microphone for the for like phone calls and for Siri and stuff like that. And that's the GPS. And I thought that the radio used Bluetooth to do the Apple CarPlay wirelessly, but it actually uses Wi-Fi, because when I went and left yesterday to go to work, I didn't have my Wi-Fi turned on because I don't use it all the time. And it said in order for me to use it, to use CarPlay, I had to have my Wi-Fi on. So turned it on, and it connected immediately, so that's good. It does have a little bit of a lag, so if I go and use my phone or the radio to switch a song, it does take a few seconds, like a good 5 seconds before it actually changes, which is kind of annoying, but I guess that's just a first world problem I'll have to deal with. But I also, like I said, had to have the amp installed, and the subs, they do work really well. There's the sub, there's the amp. You can see I got all my wires somewhat neat. I've got them underneath this, so that way there's not any way for them to get touched or messed with or stepped on or whatever the case may be. I have the remote wire for the button or the knob up there. The power wire is blue. The ground is right here underneath this. This wire loom that they give you is shit because it's super thin and you can't put it on easily like most wire loom. And then obviously I've got the subs back there. And the headlights kind of confused me because I thought I bought them from Yukon, but the box says Spider. So I don't know if maybe they're owned by them. I don't know how that works, but so far they're not terrible. I like them a little bit, but one thing I don't like, which I'll raise the hood, I don't like how they have adjusters for height and all that, but they're not where the factory positions are. So that's what this hole is, and this hole is. This is for the in and out, and then this hole is for up and down. They look good. It does help that these are brand new housings and brand new projectors, because when I put my bulbs in and tested them at night, they were very fucking bright compared to when I had the OEM projectors in it, which are in the box back there. I just got to throw them away. But I've also got my aftermarket turn signals or marker lights, whatever you want to call them. And they also have silicone on them from the factory that makes these, which is good because, as most people know that have put factory or aftermarket headlights and marker lights on stuff, they typically don't last very long because they get moisture in them and stuff like that because they're not sealed very well. I had the ones on the Tahoe, which weren't very expensive, but all I did was run some clear silicone around the edge of it like that, and they never leaked. So that's just a precaution you can do. I don't have the halo rings wired, and I also don't have the little running lights right here wired. And I just noticed that you can see the fucking wire right there. That really bugs the hell out of me. I just noticed that. That's why I don't like buying halos. Not that, and they're just tacky. I remember when halos were a thing. They used to be a really big thing. They used to be a fad, and I'm not a fan. If other people like them, that's great. You do whatever you want to do, but I'm not a fan of them. I only bought them because they were nice and they're clear. That's all I wanted. And I did make this video originally, but I didn't know if the audio was going to work with my phone. I didn't know if it was going to switch back and forth between the radio and my phone, but it didn't. So, but I'm just turning everything on. And I've also got my fog light bulbs replaced. They're LEDs from Auxito, I believe. It's either Auxito or Auxbeam. I can't remember which one, but I have those on, and I have the low beams on, and my regular running lights. I couldn't use English just now for some reason. I haven't changed these bulbs out yet, and I haven't changed the sockets yet because both sockets are damaged. Because you can kind of see that one's broken up there. So they're both like that. They're both destroyed, so I just have to replace them. But yeah, I do need new fog light housings because they're you can tell they're a little aged and dated. I haven't aimed these headlights. I aimed them a little bit better than they were because they were aimed up a whole lot to where I know I wouldn't be able to see shit, and they'd be in people's faces. So I'm gonna have to fix that and remedy that situation. But that's pretty much what it is. I've got all kinds of shit in the back of the Yukon from where I did the subs and stuff, just because I had stuff to do, and I just didn't want to mess with trying to get it all out, put it all away. So I'll take my headlights to work and throw them away, just so that way I'm not, cluttering up our trash cans, because they literally emptied the trash yesterday. So But anyways, when everything gets here, everything gets done, I'll do that. I'll probably work on the Yukon tomorrow whenever my exhaust shows up. It is a fucking train every time, never fails. I'll wait. It is what it is. Okay, thank Jesus. Anyway, I'll put the headers on tomorrow and y'all hear the exhaust, all that nice stuff. And then I guess after that, I'll work on the car. I won't be able to do it Monday because I'll be going to my sister's for Memorial Day, so I won't be able to work on either of them. And I want to drive the Yukon, so that's why tomorrow when I get home, I'm going to try to let it cool down a little bit, but I'm going to try to knock it out and get it done. So that way it'll be done and ready and I can drive it. So yeah, I also got it all nice and shined up. I don't know if anybody could tell, but I got tire shine on it and went and washed it yesterday. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm not going to show parts for anything that I've put in, like the radio and all that, because I've already showed that. I'm not going to show the headlights. I already did that. The fog lights I'll show in another video just because I didn't show them in this one, just because I didn't want to deal with all that right now, because I have to go get stuff to get ready for my mom, for us to go get my stuff because we're using her truck. So I have to go get the wheels and tires for this and the rear end, which I already said. But that's really all. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later.